All right, what up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 178, or I'm sorry, 79 of the RGT podcast. Hope you guys doing well. This has been first of all, this has got to be the best month in gaming in a while for us as a whole, and a lot to go over. We still got stuff to come to this day. We're still waiting, and obviously we got one of the best games from PlayStation in a minute we just got. And we're gonna have to talk about that. Of course, before we get into that, we gotta get into these intros. Let's go ahead and shout out the panel. Let's go ahead and start this off real quick. Starting off first, we got a certain somebody who's not blessing us with red, but it's all good. He decided to bless us with Attack on Titan. So
There's
the
always
one and
Attack on
only,
Titan.
the very super quiet guy on the panel all the time. You know what I mean? He never steps up when I tell him. He doesn't make content when I tell him. He just sits there and just bask in his glory. I'm kidding.
Oh man,
I'm here with the one and only Red Hood 420. What's up, brother?
nothing much. Just it's crazy this week. A certain release happened literally like several hours ago, and we definitely have a lot to talk about in terms of that game. And then, yeah, literally just all about that game. Some other news. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yes, sir. Of course, we got Hunter in the building. What's up, brother?
Up, man. Excited. Oh, whenever a big game releases, it's always a great week, man. So we got so many things to talk about.
Yes, sir. And of course, last but not least, we got Blaze 4K. What up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought I was gonna do the cringe for Fortnite. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, bro.
Best that.
Listen,
maybe we'll make
can I just talk? Can I just talk? Okay. I just want to say this. I don't want to argue. I love my Xbox community. Okay, I really do. Really have a good spot in my heart. But I don't want to ever. I'm done arguing with you guys. Listen. I had to go to work. I played for dude. Horizon is probably the best looking game I've ever seen. That game is so fucking beautiful, bro. And there's a lot of good looking games out there, but I'm just telling you, I played for an hour. I woke up at 5:30 just to play again. Like I get home, it's just like, man, like that game is so fucking beautiful. I don't want to hear about acquisition. You can acquire God himself. I don't want to hear it. Okay, this is running on a 1.84 teraflop machine. It's running on a base PS4, man. This is a cross-gen game. This is not even Guerrilla's Full Fury, man. This is like, bro, what a fucking beautiful game this is, bro. Okay, and yes, I haven't really dived into it, and we'll get into that in a second, but I just want to say how beautiful that game is, and I'm done arguing with anybody that wants to say shit to me about Xbox exclusive versus PlayStation. I don't mean to make it a fanboy thing, but I'm just spewing the facts. I can't look at the game.
This guy, I'm just like, I know.
People actually saying that it's bad. Like, I know that the people were complaining about Aloy's face. Like that was just really stupid. She's awesome. She's beautiful, right? But like, people actually saying that Horizon looks bad.
There were some people trying to nitpick the game, trying to say that the game looked bad. Like, you guys remember the first reveal we saw when she jumped in the water from the little raptor things and was like hiding, and then
people
were trying to do that. Yeah, they're trying to compare it to that. Let's talk about this, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. Welcome. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Go ahead and share it out. Let's talk about this, man. Horizon Forbidden West. I can't hold my tongue anymore on this one. So the game finally released, midnight. Everybody kind of got like a head start on me because I bought the PS4 version. Shout out to Blaze and Nova for that. But we were I bought the PS4 version, and I was sitting there going, where's the PS5 version? And the funny thing about it is, I don't know what Sony was thinking with the design of that, but so basically, if you have to go to the website to get the upgrade for the PS4 version, because otherwise you pay $70 directly on the PS5 store. I had to legit look in the store for the PS5 version. I don't know where that was the issue that came from. But anyway, aside from that, fired the game up. We streamed it. You guys were there. Those who showed up to the live stream. We streamed it at like around almost 2 in the morning, and we didn't get off till like damn near 5 in the morning. Listen. From start to finish, That is easily, if we're talking about presentation alone, and this is a cross-gen game. Now, if I was to compare it to a game, I would compare it to this right here. And this game right here I hold as the highest standard so far for PS5, at least until this day. This game puts Demon Souls to shame. It puts Demon Souls to shame in terms of graphical fidelity, in terms of presentation. The game is that damn good. Facial animations, oh my god, they're top notch. Even when you go to the simple quests, they're over the top. The motion you can really see, and I know you guys see the title. People going, how is it a game changer? Well, first of all, the first thing you're looking at, aside from this vibrant world, before you even take control of this character, the first thing I looked at, I don't know about y'all, I looked at the water. Am I the only one who's blown away by how much detail they threw into the water in this game?
Looks incredible.
I don't even know what to say.
Looks amazing.
This is like
first thing I noticed.
Tier. Bro, it's next tier.
But for me, it's like, it's just the water. The water looks next tier, but even just everything, man. Like the HDR in this game is just phenomenal.
Hunter, come on, bro. Give me a hug.
Dude, you know what's the best though? The best, like, graphically thing for me when I'm looking at the cutscenes is like, there's so many cutscenes where they have different angles of the shots, and like
different shots.
Some angles, like cutscenes might begin with like Aloy, she's like in a building and everything looks beautiful, but it's all dark, and then she like steps out into this like beautiful like HDR sunset, and you see the rays coming down, and then they always have like these like amazing like panoramic shots. Have you guys seen that in the game, where it's like when she's like mounted and she's riding, and then they got like the far away shots and you see like the whole landscape of the world? Holy jeez, man. It's like,
on those Quest Hunter,
my eyes are like sizzling.
Bro, you remember those Quest Hunter? Like, it used to be just one shot. Like, it was just like an awkward position where they would, like, you see her face and his face, whoever you're doing the quest with. Yeah. And they definitely expanded on that for sure. I don't know if anybody did switch to the 4K mode just out of curiosity. Don't do that, because it's gonna take you a little bit to adjust. We'll get into it after, but dude, the game is. If anybody's saying that game is not an improvement from Horizon, just in terms of
you're lying.
The sheer amount of shit on screen, just like the way the grass and everything moves, like the fucking moss, like, dude, everything. Oh, there's so much more climbable. There's way more to like traverse and climb up shit. I don't even want to hear it. Like, the DualSense.
Did everybody make it to the first boss at least? I'm talking about the serpent.
Talking about the snake. Yeah, I've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about this? What? You didn't make this?
I didn't get that. All I'm supposed to do is drop some shit on the snakes. That's all.
Okay. You're
Big Cosmo, and no.
He's almost there. Moving on back before that.
No, go ahead. Whatever.
No, before that. We'll go to there. Where I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the shuttle. We gotta drop the shuttle. Leading up to the shuttle, and even the tutorial where you're going against the I forgot what they're called. The other ones. They're like little brawlers. I think they're called brawlers. I forgot what they're called. But
I think they scream, right? Or something like that.
The little ones that screech. They got like little radio. They use sonic vibrations to like disorient you. I love the creativity that they did in the creatures. There's a lot more creatures in this one compared to the other. Now, I don't know how many underwater creatures are going to go against, right? I don't know if they added some squids or something like that. I don't know. We don't know yet. But the game is just incredible from those particular like aspects. Everything they've done. The sound design, bro. I had the headphones on, and I was getting ready to go to the right, to go take out this one that was going around in the pattern, because you can use the focus to get their patterns. And I heard it like for it's like a millisecond before he came around the corner, the other one. I was sitting there going, damn, they really improved the sound in this game. Also, the actual, just the overall like attention to detail and just the world. It's really like that good. Man, haptics really is being pushed really, really good in this too. I remember how Demon Souls, I liked how Demon Souls did the bow and arrow effect with the triggers on the PS5, but this one, it's like they took it and made it their own in their own particular way, because it's completely different how they do it. There's more tension on the screen. You can actually feel it when you're pulling back and letting it go. Yeah, the pullcaster is another.
The pullcaster weapon, like that's when you latch onto something, you can like feel the tension. It's awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, the DualSense is coming in hot, bro. You know, for multiplayer games, I'm like, man, this is stupid. Shut it off, because I don't want to be at a disadvantage when people are just, you know, hitting bumpers.
Did you guys feel it with the
raindrops? Dude, it adds to it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Did you feel the raindrops?
Yeah.
With
the
visual ones? And like it wasn't like one, you know what I mean, subtle hit. It was like multiple. You can feel the multiple hits on the character with the raindrops. That is just so damn good.
It's awesome, dude.
I was gonna say, in terms of the visuals, you could see like the particle effects throughout the game, which I'm like, looks gorgeous, right? Yeah. And then if you go in the snow areas, you could tell that she'll like accumulate snow on her like armor and stuff like that in certain areas, which I think is cool. And like all these small animals like running around and seeing dragonflies like go in. I'm just like, with these small details, like it's like making this world feel more alive compared to like their previous games. And like the water also gives that authenticity to it. And like finally, you know, the vegetation moving where she moves, I was just like, this is crazy. And then Blaze mentioned it. Nice. That the facial animations for the side quests are way better because you know the first game it's like dead fish eyes, not much going on.
Yeah, like,
but
hey,
like
go
overall,
get that for me. Yeah, this one you have personality with each character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this engine, personally, like this is my own honest opinion, that this engine might be the best, like in terms of Sony first party studios, in terms of the versatility and everything, like in terms of making open worlds and stuff like that.
You're putting the Decima engine at the top over the Naughty Dog one and
I personally
the
think
one
so.
for Insomniac.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, what Red Hood's saying is, look at Horizon. I'm shocked. Okay. Then look at Death Stranding. You can see
focus.
Oh, the focus. No shit. But you can see how it improved, you know?
Hunter, that actually lights up?
Oh, I don't know.
That's badass if it actually lights up.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, let's say that's badass if it actually lights up.
That would have been cool.
Dude, I got this, which is I'm gonna do this with my son this weekend. Dude, I got it's a puzzle. It's a 3D puzzle. It's gonna
How
be,
many pieces?
Oh, I don't know, man. Doesn't say.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't
do. Stay in the box.
I'm surprised they're not selling
for the machines.
That's dope.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised they're not selling that game that you can play. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you've seen it, Red Hood or Hunter, but there's like when you go into the town, there's like this little game that you can play. It's kind of like
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like their version of checkers or
It's in like that
chess.
Food area, right? Like
yeah. I'm surprised they're not selling that. That was dope.
Nice.
Ah, that's fire.
You guys are spoiling checkers, dragonflies. Come on, man.
Dragonflies. Oh man,
bro, you see the upgrade they've gone from Horizon to
it's huge.
Even with Kojima, like maybe like I think I forgot where I heard on the video, like they probably learned a lot from like the way he approached certain. How water looks or how vegetation looks.
When he modified it, like they were getting it, like sent back to their studio and stuff. It was like a collaborative effort, which is like really cool. Which I hope Kojima just continues
Hunter,
using that Decima
I'll send you my address, bro.
Exactly.
I should have actually wore this for the stream, but I gotta.
Yeah, you should have, bro.
Horizon,
that looks badass.
Horizon hoodie.
That's awesome. In terms of Kojima and the engine, somebody asked me today, can you toggle haptics for different weapons? It's all built in. It's already like every weapon is programmed in DualSense with the game. You don't have to toggle anything. But to go back to Kojima, whatever he did to this engine, it really did like bring out something special. Like there's just so much more they're doing with this game.
Well, you can see whenever you scan the environment, right?
Yeah.
Like you can there's
that's true.
There's actually more things that are going on when you're scanning the environment, and I was just like, oh man, it's like Death Stranding flashbacks of like the train go out,
like terrain,
and all the things like everything highlighting.
I love the natural light when it bounces off the machines and you can see like the little circuitry moving, like flowing through them. You know, I thought the little power strips going through them. That right there just looks like, yo, dude, they're literally just flexing at this point.
They're sure.
They're like going,
bro,
hey,
I
look,
can't get past this tutorial boss because I wish I could disable photo mode because I can't. Like, I'll turn the corner and there'll be certain lighting hitting me. And I'm like, and I'll just go into the photo mode and I'll sit there for an hour, bro. Like, I really can't fucking do this game, bro. I can't do it.
Dude, I love when you can do like obviously your light attack and you can do like your strong attack and your charge up attacks, but I like the light one where it actually like picks off the little pieces of the machines. Have you seen that? There's like little like soft spots and you're like hacking the machine to pieces. It's so funny seeing the little bits flying everywhere.
I was shooting the boss. I was aiming directly at the head and I was like going, guys, are you guys seeing this? Like every bit of these machines has an armor that can knock off, like a little piece of chest you can knock off. It doesn't matter what it's not pre-scripted. Like anything on the body, pretty much you can chip away at, and it comes off. I was like, dude, the fact that they even put that much attention to detail in that, it's just like wow. And we haven't even gotten the crazier bolt like arrow tips yet. We just gotten the base stuff, and it's like, dude.
Well, even there's like weak spots too. Where like there'll be like armor plates over the weak spot, and you fling your arrow, you shoot off the armor plate, you see it go flying off into a bunch of pieces, and then you see the exposed chest or whatever, right? Like,
man,
it's just so cool.
I'm just wondering, like, what else could they possibly do? Because I heard they were talking about possibly you can fly in this game, but it was they scrapped that because it was cross-gen. So if they're saving that for the next one, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm all for it at this point because holy hell. And this is cross-gen, by the way. This is cross-gen game. Usually with cross-gen games, I would have this fear that we're missing out on the next gen because they're holding back and accommodating the PS4 version. But no, they showed the PS4 version for the most part, and the game looked amazing. Now we're on PS5, and it's like like next
Big
level.
Cloud, you're absolutely right, bro. Like I'm glad that they didn't sometimes these games come out and they're just it's a resolution difference or a frame rate difference, and that's great and all, but like. There's no moss on the PS4 version. It's just like a grainy texture. You know what I mean? Like there's the little grass, like just little things like that just makes you feel like, that game, I don't know. Could you imagine like just like a strictly PS5 game, like 3 years, 5? So Horizon took like 5 years to come out. Just, bro, 5 years, man. That's a long time. So these... Bro, Guerrilla Games has stepped up as one of those top tier. Like, bro, we keep saying this. I keep like, Insomniac has stepped up their game. Like, bro, PlayStation is just in stride right now. Like, all the devs are just like learning their engine, learning what they got to work with, and bro, they're just fucking killing it, dude. They just are killing it, bro. Every developer that puts out a game, you see massive improvements. Like people saying, "Oh, God of War, Horizon's gonna look like the same game." Like, bro, if Horizon has anything to say, then God of War is going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's going to be a huge stretch, but it's going to look better, bro. There's going to be improvements. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man.
Yeah. I just, man, like, I was just blown away by how well they did it. Like, it just, man, sound had me hooked. The creatures had me hooked, but what really got me as well was just the lighting and how natural it looks and just... It reacts to everything, the shadows. It's easier to hide and whatnot. Also, it's fluid as hell. It's more fluid than I thought it would be than part 1. Part 1 was running at 30 frames per second, if I remember correctly, and it was fluid for what it was. This right here, it's even more fluid. It's simple. Like, man. Yeah. They stepped up.
Yeah, the animations, like the parkour, like you don't have to jump. She'll just like do it automatically when you're like near like a little like foothill or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. And then I know Hunter mentioned like the Death Stranding where you like hit the button and you see everything. Like when you're like climbing up these tall mountains, they don't have that like white paint like they did with the first Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. And you just got to click and then they'll highlight it for you to like where to actually climb or anything like that. I mean, they do still have like the yellow beams, but not it's not as frequent as like the first game.
It's not as vibrant either, right? Like it's not like hold your handish like the first one was, where it was like so obvious, like, oh, I have to go here because it's highlighted. You know what I mean? It's like it's got that dark paint on it. They went with natural, and it looks, you know, like it's rusted away type of look. I'm like, that's how it should look. Like even when you're climbing these towers or whatnot, it's like, bro, there's so much more to it. And how you guys feel about the new the grapple? How'd you guys feel about that? Do you think that's a welcome change to this game?
Oh, like the jumping where you you hook on to like the thing. Yeah, I think it's cool. Like from what their gameplay demonstrations for, I think it was at the State of Play in May. Like, I think when having encounters like those enemies, like I think it's gonna like be really cool to do different maneuvers to get around an enemy.
Okay, Hunter, where you at? Where you at with the whole thing? He's bobbing his head. Which he's like, I'm in.
Yeah, I think so far it's a pretty cool new gameplay addition. I think that I guess my only complaint with it is like you always have to latch on to like specific spots. It would be kind of cool if like you weren't bound to that. Like you could just kind of like grapple wherever you wanted. So it kind of like takes me a bit out of the experience because I'm like, well, I know they want me to grapple here, and like, you know, like this like little node was like specifically placed here by someone from the design team or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Versus like you just like sort of like naturally traversing things. So I kind of wish there was a little bit more freedom there, but I do like it. I mean, it certainly adds a lot more fun to the game, and I think that I actually find that with the grapple and with all the climbing mechanics, like I'm kind of really getting Uncharted flashbacks. Like it's kind of, it's really, you know, it just like the way that I just sort of like seamlessly traverse the environment reminds me a lot of Uncharted 4, where you just go from like, you know, grappling with the rope, and then you like, you know, you climb onto rocks and you're climbing up or whatever. Just feels like really Uncharted-ish, which I love because I love Uncharted. But also too, like I'm finding that the set pieces so far in the game, I think, are just bigger. Like you're talking with the ship, right? When you're climbing up, that whole sequence when you get to the top, and I won't spoil it, but like big things happen when you get to the top. I feel like just from an overall, you know, like cutscene and story direction, I find that these are just like bigger and more exciting set pieces than we had in the original Horizon game, and they do kind of remind me of Uncharted, because Uncharted is known for like, you know, jumping out of airplanes and like crazy car chase scenes and stuff like that, and they've added some of that to this game. So
yeah, the first one, it felt like they were playing it kind of safe while establishing the world. You know what I mean? There was nothing crazy over the top. It was just, you know, giving you the marvel of the creatures. This one, it's like we're giving you the marvel, obviously what you're known for, but now we're amplifying it up to like Uncharted 2 type of levels. You know what I mean? Like you have the better set pieces, you have the more refined moments, you got the better looking bosses. Even the detail and like their focuses. You know, you can see the different, like how they look. It's like, dude, they nailed it. They really, really nailed it. And just hearing more context to the, you know, the story, the how things are going with the war and how everybody perceives Aloy. It's like, yeah, this is it. This is definitely the one.
It's a different feel, like you're saying, because in the first game she's basically an outcast, and then in the second game she's like a, you know, savior type of hero now. Yeah, which is cool development in that aspect of how they're going to handle in the story. You know, we haven't finished the game, so we don't know how it's going to conclude, if there'll be a part 3 or not. But I think it's cool going in that angle that everyone knows about her, or the legend of her, that saving Meridian and all that.
And the one thing I have to say is, man, like huge kudos to the team for creating that notebook. I don't know if you guys have used the notebook feature in the game, but like it's just absolutely phenomenal, right? Like it's one of the most robust notebook features I've seen in any game. Like literally every creature is explain every character that you meet. There's little files from them. Yeah. It just like there's just like endless things that you can just go through, and so I kind of feel like, you know, obviously you should play the first Horizon if you haven't, because continuation of the story is important. But even if you haven't, like at least you can check out the notebook and sort of like get yourself familiar with these characters and who they are and all that. So
yeah, I like that they kept the controls virtually the same from the first one. Just added some, you know, added upon it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not over the top where it's like, oh, if you played the original, you won't get it type of thing. You know what I mean? It's literally shot for shot. Everything's the same from the first one in terms of basic controls. Just, a few refinements. What I do like though as well though, and the funny thing is we haven't even seen like the crazier machines. Like we haven't seen the Rock Breaker, which was my favorite one in the first one. I don't know if y'all remember the Rock Breaker, the one that like it's like in the sand. Was that? The one, the Rock Breaker was the one in like the sand type of area or like the rocky area, and he comes out. He has like little saws for teeth, and he like usually breaks the boulders. I forgot something like that. He's a big.
You're doing great, Big Cloud. Keep doing it.
I want to see that. Like, I want to see the crocodiles.
Oh yeah,
Mega Dolls.
Those are the ones from the trailers that I was like, damn, they look so cool.
Yeah, in the water. I want to see like how it would work in combat wise, because we haven't gotten to that point with like her having the breathing thing for the underwater levels. So I want to see how that comes about.
Bro,
but, like
I accidentally broke a fucking trunk open, and there was like loot in it. I'm like, what? I think it was like a car, like an old car, and I hit it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody realized that. Bro.
Yeah, I did that. I forgot what I got out of it. Oh no, I actually got a whole bunch of items. Actually, it was like I was like, what the hell? Like
insane in that game. Like, so
you just gotta like do like the whole Death Stranding thing and just keep pressing just to see
pretty
like
generous.
what items you can interact with.
Yeah. Hey, Blaze, I know you would appreciate this feature in The Last of Us because I brought this up when I was streaming it. So obviously they basically said, your reactions to the people and the side quests or in the questions can alter the story. How better would that have been if that was in Last of Us Part 2? If we had something options like that just for select characters.
Yeah, but the difference is, Big Cloud, that's like Neil's telling a story and he wants it told a certain way. He doesn't want to leave it up to, you know what I mean? It's his way of, you know what I mean?
Vision, yeah.
But it would be cool, but
the same thing with like Insomniac, Sucker. Oh no, not Sucker Punch. You have choice in Sucker Punch, but like Insomniac, with Spider-Man and stuff, there's no choices in that. They're just telling their own story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of I got to the point where I made a couple of choices, and I'm kind of excited that they're in there, but I really do hope that they thought through. Because a perfect example, I mean, Blaze, maybe you could talk about this too, but I'm still playing Dying Light 2, and like there's lots of choices that you make in that game, but I find with that one it doesn't really matter what you do. Like there's so many times like in Dying Light 2, there's like different factions in the city, right? And you can like align yourself with like the peacekeepers or like the survivors.
Talking about the towers and water towers.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like in that game, I'll like backstab some team, right? Like at the beginning, I kind of like backstab the peacekeepers, and I went with the survivors, and then later on, I sort of had a change of heart, and I was like, the peacekeepers are not so bad. So like the next mission, I picked the options that would align with them, right? But like with Dying Light 2, I guess it's like my big complaint with that game is that it kind of didn't matter what my choices were,
it was like
because
Infamous. Second Son.
Yeah, like even when I backstab some team, right? But then I met their leader 10 minutes later. They talked to me like we're best friends still, and I'm like, dude, like I just backstabbed you.
Yeah, but Hunter, there's no social media. Like it's not like one of the guys like, hey, dude, he just killed John. He's on his way to the. Look.
Well, it's true, but
you know what? I'm just trying to make
player still.
Right.
Like,
bro,
I'm just saying for Horizon, like I hope it actually like they think through these questions and like whatever, because I made a couple where I'm like, okay, like this could potentially change the story, but let's see if they actually pull through it and like
that's
characters
true
react
to a
me
point,
differently.
About Dying Light. I don't want to talk about Dying Light too much, but I'm just saying like I thought my choices weren't mattering, but dude, I got a secret ending, like the best possible ending out of complete just. There's 5 different endings in that game. So, I mean, and, I went to go look up a video because I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do with these choices. I was taking them too serious. And in reality, I could have kind of eased up because, like you said, it like, certain stuff makes it seem like it matters, but it really don't. But there are, like, points in the game where, like, this choice is going to affect the ending of the game. It's going to happen. But, yeah, like... You remember watching when they first shut it off, like, oh, this, you picked the water and something, the map changes, like that never really kind of happened, but it is what it is. I mean,
yeah, totally. Like fled the streets and destroyed towers. Yeah.
Remember that? I was like, what?
The whole map changes. Yeah, for sure. Nothing like that happens in the game. But we'll see. But like, I'm kind of excited that they have choices in Horizon, and we'll see how the story plays out. And
yeah, I'm curious how they affect the story. Like, does it lock you out of armor? You know what I mean? Does it lock you out of this or weapons? That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, or open you up to like different side quests or something like that, right?
Different establishments, you know, or befriending them, having allies. It is gonna be interesting how they do it. Somebody said, oh yeah, let me go to the chat here. Shout out to Eagle fan. 76. He dropped 2 super chats. The first one is a $5 super chat. He says, I missed the gear I had collected in the first game. I wish they let you carry on gear for sequels instead of starting over. What do you guys think? Yeah, I agree. I had that armor in the first one that was hidden. That was in the cave. I don't know y'all remember. It was like in the main secured area where like it lit up. Like every time you took damage, it kind of like reflected or something like that. I had that armor, and yeah, you don't have that armor as an option in this. Ubisoft usually has some way of like giving you back OG armor sets, but you have to use what's called Uplay points for that by playing.
Yeah, but all sequels do that. Look at Destiny. Destiny, you acquired every exotic. People dumped thousands and thousands of hours, and then they just went with the story that, hey, the tower got blown up, and there's no way to get your weapons.
They
didn't that pissed people off, but.
Assassin's Creed, Infamous 1 and 2, all the God of War games. So 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like
at that time,
like from a continuity perspective, I get that, but also from a gameplay perspective, I totally see why the game developers do that. I mean, if I started Horizon 2 and I had everything that I had with Horizon 1, I think I would be a little bit less incentivized to fully explore everything and like. Right, because like, kind of, why would you? Like, I've got my abilities unlocked, I've got my weapons, I've got my armor, I've got everything I need, right? But now, like, when I start Horizon 2 and I see the skill tree, there's like 150 skills or something in there, right? Nothing's unlocked. Like, I don't know. I'm sure you guys feel the same, but like, my impulse is like, I gotta unlock all this stuff. Like, I'm back at zero.
You want to look
again,
the
right?
best. You want to look the coolest in the game. You want to look, fierce, and. I haven't seen no crazy armor yet. Obviously, we just started it, but I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of unfortunate. I mean, granted, we just mentioned it. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood did that with the armor of Altair. I don't know. I remember that black and red armor.
Oh yeah, when it got like broken, basically, and literally
it got left in the.
Yeah, no, it got in the attack. I'm pretty sure like it got destroyed. With the what was the artillery fire from?
Yeah.
I forgot the dude's name, but.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Eagles fan dropped another super chat. He says the only reason so I can start game on harder. Oh, he's talking about the armor. Yeah, I hear that. I think though that's kind of a cop out though. I'll be honest. If we had all this OP stuff, then we immediately go and play it on the hardest difficulty. We can just breeze through it. I mean, the object is for it to be a challenge, right? Now, granted, they could just make them tougher and give you like. These they can make them tougher and make their main stuff I guess obviously unblockable or unavoidable type of thing. They could do something like that, but I don't know. I kind of think that defeats the purpose.
It makes it more like an MMO. It's like higher level enemies with like you don't want to do that. Give that type of feel for it.
It's a DLC, that's different. But a new game, it's just it's just a design choice.
I think a lot of games don't do it too because what you had in the previous game may not be 100% compatible with the new game, right? Like most new games will introduce like new enemies and new environments and new ways or whatnot, and it's kind of like they want you to like defeat the machines, using specific items, right? That you're gonna get. Like why would I even consider stuff like using the pullcaster on enemies if I've already got like all my OP weapons, right? I just shred them to pieces. Like, who cares about stuff like that? But they specifically want you to go through that experience, right? And they design the creatures around all of the new weapons and new items that you get in the game.
Yeah, they do that.
Like what God of War did was cool, Oh
yeah,
the whole time you're using an axe and like, you're not even maybe the blades are on your mind, or spoiler, oops, whatever. And it's like, that was cool how it was done. So maybe, you can always take it that route.
And then the previous God of War games, Kratos just dies throughout the series.
Right.
He just resets, basically. Just reset again with the blades and upgrading the blades and all that.
I ain't gonna lie, though. That's kind of a cop-out for them, though, for the God of War aspect. Yeah, I remember he had more than just one Greek weapon, aside from the blades.
We don't know the whole story, to be fair.
That's true. Yeah, true. He did.
Because literally, we don't know from point God of War 3 to 2018. They're probably gonna expand upon it in the sequel, but we still don't know everything.
That's true.
I was talking to you, Big Cloud, about this because I seen someone in the chat said, "Who's playing the game on hard?" It's like, look, I don't get mad if you want to play a game on hard. That's different. Like I just look at it like when I play a game like Elden Ring or whatever, like Returnal. These games have no difficulty, right? It's just they got a base set difficulty and that's it. When I see Horizon, it can be super challenging, right? The combat, all that. But I just that game, I'm playing that game for a total different reason. Yeah, I want a challenge when there's enemies and stuff. But it's but yeah, I give you guys credit. You guys play on hard, that's cool. But
dude, I'm totally with you, man. I'll actually play some of the games on hard after I beat them, right?
That's different, right?
Yeah. Like after I'm just playing it on normal, and once I beat Horizon, then I'll go to it. But like I'm totally with you, man. I'm not playing Horizon for a challenge. I'm playing Elden Ring for challenges. I'm playing Sifu for challenges, right?
There you go.
Exactly.
Right.
Speaking of Elden Ring's probably going to sit off to the side for this. If I don't
really? No, you're not. You drop. No, come on, bro.
That's serious because I don't have that much time. I mean, we got to Friday. I mean, granted, I plan on streaming this entire game.
Wait. What? Would you wait? Hold on. What?
I know. I said it.
No, you just no. You just told me for 2 months straight
I did.
Nothing else matters but Elden Ring. Now you're telling me you're gonna sit it to the side?
If I don't beat this story, by the time that game drops, it's going to have to be put to the side for a second for this because I am that invested into this game right now. It's that good.
I'll talk to you later.
I'm that invested right now. Elden Ring is
shut your ass up. I'm shocked. I don't think I could do the same.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do.
I gotta play Elden. But that's I think it's pretty cool that you're that invested in the story that
it's so good. It's so good.
Can't put it down.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Dude, this is Elden Ring, man.
I don't know. We're gonna see if I can do it. We're gonna
Big Cloud.
If you can beat it,
dude. Come on, if you're
I got you. Just know that, Big Cloud. I got you. You know what I'm talking about. Don't worry.
You're telling me that when you load up your PS5 and you're gonna see right on your home screen, you're gonna see Elden Ring.
Oh, no, it's going to get downloaded. It's going to get downloaded. It's going to go in the playlist.
and then you have Horizon sitting right there. You're telling me when you see those two icons that you're going to click Horizon?
I'm going to be tempted.
Yeah, you already played Horizon, So, bro, Big Cloud, listen. You can do that, but what's going to happen when you need to get carried like you got carried like Demon Souls? You're going to need my help, and then I'm going to be done with the game by then.
I didn't get carried, sir. Thank you very much. Try so hard. I did not get carried. Try so hard.
I held your hand. I held your hand. I didn't carry you, bro. I just crossed you across the street.
So hard.
Yo, were presents exchanged in the game?
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, man.
Eagles fan shot the 2. He says you can still add to weapons and abilities. I'm guessing he's talking about through DLC. Absolutely. For Horizon. I don't know if they'll do it, though. I mean, granted, we did get... did anybody play Frozen Wilds? I didn't even play Frozen Wilds before I jumped in.
I actually never did.
Yeah, I never played Frozen Wilds.
The snow deformation looked impressive. I remember seeing Digital Foundry. She's in a lake, and like all the ice was separating and making
like
grooves as she was swimming.
With the wind. Yeah.
That shit was cool, bro. Yeah, I missed out. I mean, clearly I missed out on the whole. Listen, I'm telling you right now, the intro from both games, they might be similar. Like you meet someone, track your enemy, highlight them, follow them, get a stealth kill, but I don't know what it is about tropical environments and palm trees. Even the red, what do I call it, Hunter? Poison, what? The plague, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
That the colors, it's just such a more inviting game. Like you want to explore. Like I can't. Horizon Zero Dawn is an absolute beautiful game. Like, I'm not trying to say anything, but I don't know. It's just, I feel like playing this game.
Please, I agree with you. Because, think about, you probably don't remember, but, in the beginning of the game, you play as a kid.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to learn the mechanics, and it takes a while until you get to, what age she is. And, like, I felt like the intro for Horizon took a while to get you, like, interested compared to Forbidden West, where it just kind of throws you in, like, to, like, this huge... It's not an open world at that point yet, but this huge, like, environment to, like, literally explore if you want to, and, like, have those mechanics already in place for you to utilize.
Dude, they just did so much to this game. I keep saying that, but they did so much. Even the Snowfizz, like he just said in Frozen Wilds, Forbidden West, they kind of show it off in like the intro when they like do like the little cutscenes between different terrains that I guess you'll eventually go throughout the story, and they're showing off creatures.
A lot of biomes, yeah.
Beautiful,
dude. I think if you're talking about the scene that
the opening where it says Horizon with the title.
Yeah. Dude, that was like amazing. That was because the cool thing for me was like so many different biomes, but like that's where you get to see the machines, right?
Yeah.
Every biome that he goes that she's going through, there's a different machine, and I'm like, man, I want to ride that one. I want to fight that. Dude, what do you guys think about the Lego? Dude, I'm buying the.
Oh, I saw that.
The tall neck.
The tall neck, yeah, for the Lego set, dude.
I would buy it if it was already built.
What? Yeah, that's not how Legos go, boy.
What? Hunter, you got one kid. You got a 3-year-old, right? You got a 2-year-old, 3-year-old? I got a 3-year-old. Listen, and I also have... What I'm telling you is... I'm sorry if I sound like a horrible parent right now. I avoid anything with that says, anything with over 20 pieces.
Oh my god.
My girl can work with them. I am not building anything with my kids. I lose my mind, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it.
No puzzle pieces?
Dude,
no puzzle pieces? Yeah.
Nope. That instruction book will probably be like 150 steps or something, man.
Bro, crazy.
200 steps or something. It's gonna be ridiculous. But it looks so good, man. Looks so
good. It does. It looks cool.
Not even a Lego
It's like a nice set piece. I know. It's a cool set piece. Yeah.
It just looked cool.
Absolutely.
And I like and I almost want to buy it just to support this because like Sony, you can see that Sony is like totally following in the footsteps of Nintendo, right? Like they're licensing out their brands to all these different things. And like, man, I want to buy this just so Lego knows that, hey, man, bring some more PlayStation stuff to Lego. I want to see Uncharted.
It's
I'm surprised if Uncharted branched out into clothing or something. For
it will. It will.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Outfits.
Absolutely. Depending on
the movie,
how well the movie does, which we can get into a little bit later.
At least the director's already saying that I want a sequel, and
they are because like
the movie's gonna do so hot, in terms of
right now. Preview night, it hit 3.7 million, which did better than most movies. Like
no. People are gonna go watch it. I'm saying, I don't know if it's gonna get high scores.
Oh no, it didn't. It didn't get high scores.
It was like under 50.
The box office. They don't care about the high scores. They care about how many people will go see it and purchase tickets. Yeah. So if it does well, they could, fix up the sequel and have a better director and better writer for the movie. But
speaking of sequels, Red Hood, what I was thinking too, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves with Horizon Forbidden West, but I'm like, damn, like California, what a good spot, right?
Yeah.
Because you travel up north, you got mountains and snow. You got so many different biomes, literally. And I'm thinking if they do make a trilogy to this, where the hell are they gonna? That's so diverse like that. Beaches to mountains to to snow to desert, all in one.
Dude, outer space.
Outer space?
Nah.
That was some interesting stuff.
You played the first hour, man. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
there's outer space talk going on in this game.
There is.
We're gonna have like the robo dinosaurs in space too.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
maybe.
Let's get off the Earth, man.
The only space game I want to play is Dead Space.
Well, Dead Space is friggin'.
I'm just thinking. Can you think of a different city, or even maybe they go to Europe or something? But it's California is the perfect spot because you got so much different environments, different weather.
Where I should know this, but where was the first game? It was in like I guess it was like what?
I think it was spread, wasn't it? A couple areas.
Yeah, I'm just actually just wondering like where in the U.S. the first game takes place. I don't remember like what states it's in.
Yeah, I mean, I
Although I saw that, I guess you see the map at the beginning, and it looks like she's actually not too far from California.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to Cali, if not Cali.
Yeah.
Someone look that up. That's interesting. I thought it was like Virginia, so I don't know why I'm thinking Virginia. I don't know where the hell it was, honestly, but
oh man, this is
it'd be interesting.
This was a great way to open the show. We've been talking about this game for 48 minutes. See, look at that.
It's a good game.
Great. It's amazing. I'm glad everybody's having the same reactions. They're blown away by it.
New Jersey.
Was it New Jersey?
New Jersey.
Oh.
Well, when you think about it, like if they do have a number 3, unless like aliens come down at the very end of Horizon 2 and she goes somewhere else, but assuming that doesn't happen, you have to assume that it has to take place in the U.S. because like there's no flight, right?
Yeah.
She can't. How's she going to get to Europe?
Maybe create a boat or something.
I mean, unless they do
so.
Maybe, but I'll take
get a robot bird and fly.
Right. Maybe get a huge robot bird to like get the other people and just go to a different continent, and then the plague is gone for because they're in a different continent.
Oh, they're saying Colorado.
True.
Colorado.
I feel like it's kind of a stretch, but yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a stretch.
Colorado makes sense. Colorado does.
Yeah, Colorado would be cool.
I wonder if the next one, like if they do make another one, is it going to be fully like focused on water, underwater type of like thing? Like it might be like underwater.
I feel like this one's focused underwater.
Yeah, I'm talking about really going over the top with it because this like that's like the biggest thing they're like really pushing aside from just the other visuals. You know what I mean? It's the water aspect of this.
I don't think it would work if it was fully water like that, bro. It'd be too annoying. It would take away from a lot.
Well, it would take away from a lot of the traversal.
Yeah,
you'd just be swimming, right? Like in this game, they want you to be like pole casting everywhere and like using her glider and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's that shit when you jump and you that shit that hooks you, like brings you right to the destination?
The polecaster.
Yeah, that shit's fire, bro.
Yeah. I still can't believe that this franchise is 20 million. Like that is so good. Yeah. For a new IP, like
bro,
even
new
like,
IP, bro.
Tsushima is like what 8 or something like that, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if they do a TV show / movie on it.
Like I don't know.
I can see a movie out of this working.
Ghost beat Horizon Hunter for like the fastest selling new IP. So maybe it catches up. I don't know. But
interesting.
Depending on the legs. The legs are really strong that it could overtake or catch
Bro,
up.
think about how many new IPs PlayStation has presented. Like, you talk about Nintendo, like, yeah, Nintendo sells it, but guess what? Nintendo is literally repeating existing IPs over and over and over. They're worse than Microsoft, okay, when it comes to that. I'm not saying the games are bad. I'm just
they have like 1 or 2 new IPs.
Bro, but PlayStation...
Like, that's...
Dude, PlayStation 4, we've seen so many new IPs, and bro, I would say over half of them were great and memorable experiences. Like, seriously, like that's impressive to put out, bro. A new IP is the riskiest thing you can do in the industry because, bro, The Order, Days Gone, Horizon. Am I missing one? Give me one. Bloodborne.
New IPs like did you say The Order? The Order was like one of my favorite.
Yeah, The Order, Horizon.
Until Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Until Dawn.
Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
Dude,
but like a lot of new IPs.
But I've actually seen breakdowns, and if you just like Wikipedia and check it out, you can actually see that in general Sony produces more IPs than existing, at least for the last like 10 years or so. Yeah. They had like a ridiculous amount of new IPs. Even like, Knack, right? Knack was new, Astrobot was new. Like we could dude, give me like 5 minutes and we'll probably just list off another 10 new IPs
Concrete Genie.
They launched.
Yeah.
Concrete Genie, Dreams is new. Like it's
a lot of these
crazy,
games were thrown out there like placeholders, I guess you can say, the way just to see how reaction wise.
Returnal, Destruction All Stars.
Yeah. Like I'm mad we're not gonna get an
Until Dawn 2. Bro. That's crazy, bro. That's a lot of new IPs, bro.
Yeah. Like I'm mad Sony doesn't have super massive games. I would love to see Until Dawn Part 2. I would love to see a sequel to that.
Oh yeah.
Or
for sure.
Oh,
I count Last of Us as a new IP too, kind of, because it was like it came out in 2013, but it missed the PS4 wave. Yeah. So it's kind of, whatever.
You guys saw the rumors that they're gonna remake the first one, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, because a lot of people didn't notice with Tom Holland and Neil Druckmann's interview, he had like a Last of Us Part 1 hat he was wearing. So I was like basically confirmed at this point. Like everyone knew the remake's happening, but with them, having a label for Part 1, it's pretty much given at this point.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to be in it though.
But is that
character?
I have to see that interview, but would it relate to the TV show?
Nah, I think the TV show is just gonna be Last of Us. That's what they're gonna call it. I mean, they could, but like, I don't know. It'd be because I would assume their branding for this remake is gonna be Last of Us Part 1 remake, and then
So that makes me think of factions even a little easier then, because I was expecting like them to redo it all together, but I just think they're just gonna take the basic form of the first one from the first game. And just put it on the new engine and add the mechanics from Part 2 to that. That's about it. I don't really see them doing anything else crazy with this game. Maybe new maps, obviously. That's another.
I agree with that, and I completely forgot to mention. Reason I don't think it'll be also the TV show is because it got announced / leaked that it got delayed to 2023 release date for the show as well.
Damn.
So I definitely think it's the game, being promoted.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, man, I'm so pumped just for like Last of Us TV show. I love the fact that they're like branching out to Lego and Last of Us TV show and Twisted Metal
and then
TV show and
then Ghost is supposed to I think have a movie.
Ghost
I want to see a movie. That'd be
but I want to live and breathe in these worlds. You know what I mean? Like the games take 5 years to make, right? And so they and like if you're like Sucker Punch now, that might go between say like Infamous and Ghost of Tsushima. Like if the next game ends up being Infamous, then we gotta wait like 10 years for Ghost.
Oh yeah.
Tsushima.
By the way, we got Spider-Man. I know people don't want to count that as a new IP, but bro,
this is definitely
that's definitely it's definitely a new IP for them for sure.
Yeah.
Miles Morales would be a new IP for them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, bro. I just can't believe
1 more year.
My friend's playing on a PS4 and he says the game is he's calling me. I don't even know if he's got a 4K TV and he's over here blown away. I'm like, dude, you don't even got a Pro. What are you talking about? He's like, dude, the game is beautiful. Like that it's really impressive, like yeah.
It's next year, man. Bad Luck Gaming said, Big Cloud, all I can say on Horizon TV deal is it's in talks. Some inside info for you. I'm a cinematographer and work with a lot of studios. See, I wouldn't be surprised if they do make that into a TV show, branch that off into its own thing. I would see that be more of a movie though, Horizon, than anything. But who knows?
It's a case-to-case basis. What will be a TV show? What'll be a movie? I know The Ghost, I think, is a movie because they're getting one of the John Wick directors.
Yeah.
Doing that movie, which I think is a good choice. Because they know action, so it's like seeing like sword fighting. Like they also had sword fighting in one of the John Wick movies too, and it was really good. So.
Oh yeah, and
honestly, all these new IPs, all these new like Horizons. You said it sold 20 million. Like, it's in talks or not in talks. Like, bro, like if you gotta, if they're doing it for Last of Us, okay, why not Horizon? It's selling really well. Yep. You get a strong female lead. I can just see that working out. Like, even if it's just obvious, some of these things are gonna happen. It just makes sense.
Aloy? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Who would play Aloy? Who would you guess?
What's that redhead name that went off the deep end?
Oh my no! You're talking about Amber.
Amber Heard? You trying to get?
She's not even redhead.
No, not Amber. What's her name?
You're talking
bad
about
girls. Yeah, Lindsay. Like, get my girl Lindsay back, baby.
Lindsay?
No, that's what I was saying. I was like,
no, gee.
No.
Yeah, sir. No, I'm just playing, but no, it's funny. No. It's funny, man.
I said Lindsay Lohan. I haven't heard that name in God knows how long. $2 super chat from Eagles fan again. I appreciate you, bro. He says, should they make a TV show for Horizon? Great story. We just got done talking about that. So yeah, we'll definitely be in if they were interested. Doing it again, it comes down to how well it comes across overall. All right, let's move away from Horizon for a second here. We gotta talk about a game that had arguably the worst launch in gaming history. but now it's got a new breath of life into it, so to speak. The game finally works now with the new patch. Cyberpunk 2077. Did anybody go back and revisit this game? I actually got it for free to cover for a little bit. What you guys thought? Did you guys even attempt to play it?
Well,
No.
It's like I downloaded just because of the crowd stuff, because like a lot of the stuff you guys are getting is from, you know, the PC version. So it's like a lot of stuff, you know, in terms of upgrades for us, we're just getting the crowd AI and then the AI reaction, and that's really it. Besides that, but like it's huge improvements. I know there's some bugs that they need to improve upon, but you know, it's overall a step in the right direction. But you know, it took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
For consoles.
So for those of you that are worried about the game or interested, I streamed it, and it's not all completely smooth. There's still some issues. Like, for example, there was a scene, this part in the game where dude walked literally through the lockers, and the lockers expanded kind of like the Matrix, and they exploded.
Bro, that's supposed to happen at Cyberpunk. It's part of the game. You know that?
So there's some issues still in the game, but it's overall, I mean, the game looks better. They did improve. I don't know how dudes are playing this at 30. Jesus Christ, the 60 FPS is where it's at on this. I don't know who was playing this at 30. It's unplayable, but 60, yeah, it's better on the consoles. So there's that.
I just can't believe the timing of when they're launching this. Like, they should have already known that we have so much stuff to do, right? Like we're busy playing Horizon, we're busy playing Sifu, we're Dying Light, Elden Ring. It's like I fully have plans to replay the game. I didn't actually beat it originally. I only played a bit of it, and I was just like, this game is just a total mess. So I want to see the story through to the end, but like, if I have a choice between playing Horizon or playing the next gen version of Cyberpunk, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's obvious. I beat it at launch.
It's no choice, man.
I think
that game was good. I like Cyberpunk, bro. I thought Cyberpunk nailed a couple. Like the scale of the buildings, it was really impressive. I know I had, you know, bro. I've never heard of a game getting pulled off a store that's you know, massive like Cyberpunk. And to be fair, you know, why they dropped it now? That wasn't that supposed to already come out, Red Hood? Like that patch, it got delayed.
Yeah.
The patch,
it got delayed. Like Witcher patch also got delayed too. I believe
the Witcher 3 Enhanced Edition. Like I'm waiting for that. I'm just curious. Like HDR, what they add to it.
Ray tracing too.
Ray tracing. Like I'm curious, bro. The Witcher. Don't get me going on that game. But yeah, man. I think CD Projekt Red. Like I know people are still down on them, but bro, they're a great company, man. Just the shit they do outside of gaming like that. You know, people don't really even know about. But I can't wait. They're gonna come back with a vengeance. If you think this team is talented, bro. Okay, and they're still technically an independent developer, just like Techland. A lot of people don't even know that.
We're both
talking about independent developers, dude.
Like Blaze was saying, it's like the devs are talented. It was just the higher ups that literally were like forcing the game out when it shouldn't have come out at that point. They even, like, you could look up the stories. Like they had memes about it, like with all the bugs and glitches for like the previous gen consoles. And it's like the higher ups didn't care. They were like, "We're gonna push it out," and
Red Hood, what a change, right? People like The Witcher's so beloved. You go from like this wooded, you know, outdoor environment, old school. Like you go from like swords and like knights to fucking the complete opposite, like that. Like it was just, you know, for me, I wanted more Witcher, but you know,
yeah. You know, this is actually gonna sound bad, but like, the more exciting CD Projekt Red news that I saw in the last couple of days is, do you guys hear that it looks like some of the key developers from CD Projekt Red left?
Made a new studio.
And they made their new studio, which is Rebel Wolves, I think.
Wolves, yeah, that's so messed up because it's like kind of a slant against CD Projekt Red as well. Like I was like, geez.
Yeah, so they're apparently making like a dark fantasy RPG, right? So I was like, damn, like, okay.
Unreal Engine 5 as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm definitely really interested in that.
Let's just hope it works.
Well, I think so. They're an indie studio. They don't have higher ups.
Crazy.
Yeah, like CD Projekt Red, like they have talented devs. It's just that the higher ups forced the game out when it shouldn't have come out, and that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, but Red Hood, they had the Halo effect where they fucking delayed the game so many goddamn times that they didn't have the balls. Like Halo should have been delayed even at its state that it came out with. Like, but they didn't have the balls to do it again. Like, bro, could you imagine? I remember seeing those little yellow notes that they put out, like, "Hey, we're very sorry to inform you." Like, I remember seeing them shits. It became like a natural thing to see. But
meme.
Yeah, like delays are delays, man. Like it sucks, but what do you want? You want a rush product? You want something that I don't.
Well, I mean, like
about that too, about the delays too. It was like, man, I'm getting tired of the memes came out and stuff. And it's just like
it was too ambitious, honestly, Red Hood. It was too ambitious.
It's a big game.
Trying to do.
I think the one example where I think they did it right was definitely with Dying Light 2, right? Because Dying Light 2, I think, was supposed to come out a year and a bit ago, like 2 years ago.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, but they just kept on delaying that game. That game got delayed, what, 2-3 times at least, and like there were still actually issues at launch for sure. But I think they did the smart thing because I can't even imagine what state it would have been in a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, there's Cyberpunk. Guys, you haven't played it? I would say it's worth giving it a shot. Why not? I think
it's a good game.
Just give it a shot when it's a dry spell, like April.
There you go.
Maybe mid-March.
Give it a shot. Totally. Just don't give it a shot now. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see here. Moving away from that. Before I do that, shout out to hold on. Let me get my chat up here. Sorry, 1 second. I lost my chat.
Bro, how many hours you guys got?
Right,
Hunter, what do you got?
Horizon?
I'm like,
Horizon.
Maybe 10 plus.
For me, I'm like, what, 3 or 4? Like 3 or 4 for me.
I'm like an hour and a half, dude.
Me, it's 5. I think I'm at 5. I've just been doing side stuff though.
Does it open up now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still kind of
after you
the trail of following somebody.
Yeah. After the prologue.
After the prologue, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want once you get to the establishment.
And do they still have fast travel packs?
Yes.
You know how like certain
Yes.
Like you can't just freely fast travel wherever.
Yeah, you can. There are bonfires. You just go to the bonfire and it unlocks fast travel.
The first Horizon you had to have a fast travel pack.
Yeah. So there is fast travel pack. But the thing is, if you're not near a bonfire, you use it. But if you're near a bonfire, you can fast travel to other bonfires without using a fast travel pack.
Okay, so if you're not near a bonfire?
Yeah, you would use the fast travel pack.
To get to a bonfire?
Yeah.
Shout out to Machiavelli, 100. Appreciate the 5. He says, I work in, I don't know what the SF stands for. And I got to see a life-size claw strider and a girl dressed up as Aloy. Best way to start my 3-day weekend with Horizon Forbidden West. Hey, I see you, Doc. I see you, man. Enjoy. It's a great game.
I think SS stands for Sony France.
Does it?
No.
Let's move on to here right here. This right here was news that was going around. Ironically, they didn't say anything. It was a tweet. I know you saw it, Hunter, from Bandai Namco. They said, I walked from the lands between to the PlayStation headquarters. I wonder if there is a trophy for this accomplishment. A lot of people immediately saw this and were like, okay, are they hinting at an acquisition / partnership? Now, I don't think Sony's buying Bandai Namco at all. Granted, I know a lot of people go, well, it makes sense for them to do it. I mean, sure, it would. If we're talking about Evo for Tekken 7 and stuff like that. But if there was any particular studio that I think they're keeping their eyes on or would go for, it would be Capcom. That would be the main priority before they go to a Bandai Namco.
Bro, can't they work something out with, like, I understand Firm Software, like, but can't they be like, look, we understand that you're attached to this company, but like, work something out, bro. Like, we don't care about your other.
I mean, they own a percentage of like their parent company, so I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they make a game, exclusive to PlayStation. But the Bandai situation, like a lot of people were like, "Oh, they're gonna buy Bandai." I'm like, Bandai's net worth is like about 15 billion, and Sony's spending acquisition up to 2023, I believe, is 10 billion.
Yeah, bro, they can stretch it out. They can get a loan from fucking old.
They could, but I just don't think Bandai's necessary.
You gotta understand, bro. I know the industry got their eyes wide open right now, and it's been like this since Dark Souls 2. Okay, Xbox and PlayStation, especially PlayStation, they've realized, like, look, this formula, okay, not only with all the copies, right, all the copycat Soul games, right, but like they're looking at it like, dude, this is a big pocket that that Sony wants to like kind of conquer and own. Like they did it with Bloodborne. They're seeing bro, you can't go on Twitter without seeing Elden Ring. Scroll down just fucking 3 scrolls and I guarantee you'll see something about Elden Ring. Like they got us. These companies are looking at this shit like, dude,
I mean,
I'm telling you, like they're
doing it too.
They're in a race to get this shit, man.
Race to get the pubs. But I think better publisher acquisitions, you get, like, I don't want it to happen, but it's gonna happen. Is if you combine the net worth of Capcom and Square, they have enough money to buy both. So I think those are better two purchases better than Bandai, personally speaking.
Yeah,
in that regard,
they gain a lot from those both of those. What was the other one that was going around?
I think
Ubisoft. Ubisoft is the other one that said
it's open
acquisitions.
They're open to acquisition.
They want to be independent, but they'll review any offers, which basically means they're up to be bought.
I love, bro. Come on, Ubi. I fucking hug Ubisoft. Like, come. Yo,
they're like Blaze loves Ubi. I don't.
No, bro.
Ubi's good. It's just Ubi needs a better direction with.
Dude, no, they're fine. They're like a little mediocre. They're like a bootleg PlayStation. They kind of got the little third person going on. The games look great. They just need a little better story writing. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Like, Ubisoft, don't sleep on them too much, man.
I don't know, man. Ubisoft's like the only developer I get games on.
They'll have like 300 employees working on a game, and then the game's just like not that special.
You're gonna say,
bro, they got a lot of IPs that.
I don't disagree with that. You're right about that.
They got a bunch of IPs, bro. There's got to be one out there that you like.
Well, and I think that's key, right? You guys saw the Nintendo's I think president or CEO was making some statements about how they don't really like to buy a lot of companies because the main value of companies is the staff, and there's no guarantee that staff is going to stay when you buy. That's right. True. So I think like at the end of the day, it's really like what Microsoft is doing with the IPs, right? Like they bought Bethesda for all those big IPs, and then Sony obviously did the exact opposite for Bungie, right? Because you saw that they're doing like what is it, like 1 billion to retain the staff. So that's like that was like one example, one like rare example where it's like they probably didn't buy Bungie for Destiny. I mean, Destiny's a great brand, but it's just one IP.
Their expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we're looking
and just
at
to
it like
stick
that,
it to Xbox, probably.
Oh God! I mean, we look at it from that point of view. What would Sony gain directly if they bought Ubisoft, expertise-wise? What do you think Ubisoft would benefit Sony with? That's the thing.
Oh, well, benefit from Sony or Ubisoft?
Ubisoft. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. What would Sony benefit from Ubi if they bought
all their IPs, bro?
That's about it.
Bro, Assassin's Creed itself is a huge seller. Just that game alone. Far Cry, bro. They got a lot of big IPs that'll make them money, dude. Trust me.
That's about it.
Think about Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell is like the only game that's been going around that's been getting crazy traction with a lot of people now.
Bro, that's because it hasn't been around in a while.
I'm saying Assassin's Creed is at that point where it's oversaturated.
Well, I agree.
They did enough to change it, bro. See, this is the thing. Red Hood says, "Oh, the old Assassin's Creeds are better," and like I'm not, if whatever you like the old and the new, bro. But Assassin's Creed made a change. Whether you think it's for the better or for the worse, but dude, clearly it sells really well, okay? And it's like, dude, they didn't stick to the same formula. Like Assassin's Creed had the Need for Speed problem. Need for Speed took a fucking break for the first time. Like it was a couple years back. They're like, dude, we're just not putting out a Need for Speed anymore. Like they were on a yearly cycle, damn near. And it was just like, dude, sometimes you need to stop at, they added some RGP elements, and it does suck that it, people that love the original Assassin's Creed, you know, they feel like they got gypped, but you got to evolve a little bit, man. You got.
I mean, my thing is, okay, I'll always put this comparison in, because like one of my favorite franchises is Metal Gear Solid, right? They're a stealth game first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
And each entry point, they'll add quite a bit of mechanics for all their games, and I don't feel like that got old or anything like that. And also, like, it would have been crazy change if they're like, you know what, Metal Gear Solid, Kojima would have been like, let's make it an RPG game. Bro, people would have lost their minds if it became an RPG and you had, like, different level, like, guns and stuff, and it wouldn't have instant killed somebody.
That's a bad comparison, because Metal Gear Solid doesn't come out every year, bro. Metal Gear Solid, there's such a hiatus.
Yeah, my thing is, Assassin's Creed shouldn't come out every year, though. That's
okay, but it was. They were on that trajectory where they were coming out at least a 2-year, like, but they were coming out so frequently that, you know, like, dude, Metal Gear Solid, like, when that shit comes out, like, are you kidding me? Like, it wasn't. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but nobody stick a Metal Gear Solid or the formula or the writing. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed should have just took a hiatus. It's what it should have done. But you know, they make a bunch of money. It's like the Transformer effect that they'll like. We gotta keep, you know, making these titles because it prints us so much money. But like their new expansion that they're talking about got like a lot of hardcore Assassin's Creed fans looking at that. What is it? The expansion, spin-off expansion that's just going back to its roots. That's just going to be a stealth game first and foremost.
Yeah. It's really funny though, because I like Ubisoft, you can tell is a company that goes where the money is, right? And so there's a reason why they evolved the formula. And I think I even remember seeing like 3 days ago there was I think like Yves Guillemot in his latest investor call mentioned that Assassin's Creed Valhalla passed 1 billion, which is the most revenue of any Assassin's Creed game ever. It's like a new franchise record, right? So I mean, like when you're getting $1 billion for one game and you're breaking franchise records, like I don't see why they would go back to that. Like they're obviously doing it as something probably smaller for like fan service, but like the next big Assassin's Creed game, I'm sure it's gonna be the same formula. It's like you said, it prints money, right?
Yeah, it does. Everybody's willing to
and if it was whack and then nobody liked it, nobody would buy it, right? You know what I mean? Like I understand.
Like this is great, but I'm also in the camp like you're with Call of Duty. That you got sick of Call of Duty because they kept doing the same stuff besides Modern Warfare, which I also agree with because that's the only Call of Duty game I'm interested in is Modern Warfare 2. But all the other Call of Duties, they print money and they're not going to change. So they're going to do the same thing, even though we personally don't think the games are that great. That's a fair point. Yeah, so I'm just like, that's how I feel in that type of camp for Assassin's Creed.
But do you think that, like, I totally get that because I was feeling fatigued too, but I'm just curious about the fact that they haven't, like, they had annual releases for Assassin's Creed for the longest time, but they've now stopped that. Like, has that helped at all? That you get a couple years between the games?
For me, like,
is it helping with your fatigue, or is it just like you're still feeling the same?
I still feel the same. Like I played a little bit of Valhalla, a little bit. And I was just like,
spoiled, rotten fan. Look at him. He feels entitled that it has to be this way. Look at him.
That's me, bro. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just, it's not for me, man.
Me, Odyssey
the new direction is just not.
Odyssey was fire. I didn't give Valhalla
Origins was fire.
Yeah, Origins was fire
too. But I didn't give Valhalla a shot because I didn't see much different. You know what I mean? It's the exact same thing we're getting ourselves into.
Then it should be fire. Bro, how you gonna call those two fire and say no, you're wrong, bro. That's like, dude, I love blue and I love baby blue, but fucking turquoise.
It's like, I think the biggest like complaint that I would have with the franchise is it's just getting too bloated, right? Like I don't mind
getting too fucking big, dude. This shit is too big, bro. I got 100-some hours. The game is, bro. Whatever. It's too big, man. I'm not saying there's a lot of content, dude, but god like, damn, man.
That's why I'm like super excited with Horizon because I haven't beat it yet, but like I think it's somewhere around, what do they say? It's almost the same length as the original game, right? So it's probably going to be like 25-30 hours to beat the game. That's perfect, man. 30 hours. 30 hours and then give me like 20 hours of additional side missions that I can go do. 50 hours, like that's good, man. Perfect length.
I agree
when it comes to
it's missing Altair. It's missing somebody. It's missing an OG character.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, I think they need to go back
no,
to
because
the roots and get some
like
OG
if we're gonna be
characters.
honest, like I love Assassin's Creed 1, but Altair was just a catalyst or like a talking point for Desmond. What made him cool was Revelations.
Yeah.
Where everyone's really loved Altair at that point, and people were like, "We need more of this than Ezio at that point," because they were like, "Yo, let me keep being in that memory of Altair instead of Ezio."
Yeah, when this man's literally just making characters appear and killing people with weapons. I'm like, bro, that is a better, much appealing story. You know, an older, more mature Altair who mastered the apple. I'm like, that would be interesting.
And Altair's story was tragic when you were like finding out about it in Revelations.
Yeah,
it was sad. I was like, geez.
Lost his wife, then he died alone in his tomb. He knew his time was done. He saw his future. He just sat there and just died.
And left it to wait for the next assassin to find him.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy. That you know when you're about to die, you just know what you have to do. And at that point, he just sits down, contemplates it, marvels, and just dies in the chair. That's wow. What about how'd you guys feel about Assassin's Creed Rogue before I move on from this? Did you guys like the assassin in that game?
He was an assassin turned Templar, basically.
Yeah. Did you guys like that approach? Like more Templar focused assassins, maybe?
That's the one game I actually didn't play because it came out didn't it come around the same time of Unity?
PS4 when PS4 dropped and it was crossing. Or no, it was only on PS4.
Because I'm pretty sure it came out when Unity around that time frame, that same year, for like people that didn't get a new system. And it's like, oh, we have this for the PS3 360. Unity is for the PS4, Xbox One. So I was just like, I went for Unity.
Then the other problem is, like, Black Flag is a beloved game for the Assassin's Creed.
It's not Assassin.
Right, but like then I felt like Ubisoft was like, oh my god, you know what? We're gonna just add naval and ship combat, and like it's just.
I love that.
Not every game needs that, bro. Like, not every Assassin's Creed
needs
naval combat, bro.
It makes sense for Black Flag because you're a pirate.
Right.
I agree with you. It made sense there, you know, taking on the legendary ships. That makes sense. They were trying to add more to it with Assassin's Creed 3. I think that was the first one that introduced
it was 3 was first naval combat, and then they expand upon that with 4 Black Flag.
Yeah. That's right. So there's a lot of ideas they threw at this series, but I don't know, man. I think maybe keeping it with the Templars probably would have been a smarter approach. Like I thought, Haytham Kennaway was a better assassin than Connor.
Story was also tragic, which wasn't even explored upon the games. It was more of like I think it was novels or something like that.
Yeah, it was one and done.
Which was
you never heard of Connor again after the game. It was done.
But Haytham, like it was sad because it's like he was like literally being like almost raised as an assassin. Then what happened with Edward, and then he got taken in with the Templars and brainwashed into the Templar thinking.
Yep. Even the Borgia. Yeah, I remember the Borgia from Ezio's story.
Yeah, that was Brotherhood.
Yeah. No, he was in part 2. Wasn't he in part 2? The Borgia?
Oh, you're talking about the Pope, but we're talking about like if you're talking about the whole sibling or the family of Borgia, that was Brotherhood.
That's right. That's Brotherhood. You see? Yeah. Oh, I don't know,
That's
man.
enough with Assassin's Creed, bro.
I think we've done enough with Assassin's Creed.
We gave Assassin's Creed way too much fucking. Come on, bro.
Move on to Jim Bryan, man. Jim Bryan made some comments. Sir. Now, we were talking about, obviously, games selling 20 million. Horizon sold 20 million. God of War, pretty much 20 million. Spider-Man, I forgot what was Spider-Man. What was Spider-Man at? Was it close to 20 million? Or at 20 million, I think? Forgot Spider-Man.
I don't.
It was up there because they said Miles Morales
Spider-Man was 20 million, yeah. Spider-Man was 20 million. The only one that's not quite at 20 million, I think was it God of War? God of War was like 19.5.
Pretty much. I mean, you're pretty much there at 20. Yeah, it
was 19.5 before the PC release. So it's for sure over 20 now.
I gotta ask because I've had this conversation in Discord. I think Blaze was there. That or he wasn't listening. I will say I thought it was interesting that they posted sales from like Last of Us Part 2, like fastest selling PlayStation exclusive in 3 days, but we never got an update afterwards. I don't recall if we ever did. Like, do you know why they we haven't heard anything? Like, if it's at 10 mil or do you think they just don't want to talk about it?
I think they're probably waiting until the Last of Us show. Or the next big thing.
Because I'm just shocked they give updates on all these other games, but like Last of Us Part 2, after that initial, sale time frame, that they didn't talk about it again.
The Last of Us Part 2 sold really well. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to remember because NPD announced something in the last little while where I think it was like one of the third best selling game of the year or something like that. Or it was like it sold really well. I think it was like I think it was like third. I'll see if I can find the quote.
I think it shattered the record for part 1. I think it did. It probably.
You think
the last time they tracked it, I think it was like at 4 million copies. Where they were like, where they were
official. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I don't think it affected the sales, Marshall. I think the sales for that would have been fine. It just the issue with Last was Part 2 was the fact that the story got leaked. Y'all remember that? People were the guy leaked the entire scenes. Plot details, story. Pretty much the whole thing was dropped. Yeah.
That game is being talked about to this day. Matter of fact, you bring it up in a Discord, you're gonna have a full blown conversation
for 2 hours.
This side and that side.
Yeah.
Oh, they killed your beloved, white guy figure. Joel, or you get it's like you got 2 sides to every story. But the point is, people talked about it, people were intrigued, so a lot of people bought it to see what would happen.
I'm pretty sure.
So like Neil's made that story to the way like people will still talk about and debate about it probably till even PS6 comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Okay, I found the quote. So Matt from NPD, this was the beginning of January last year. The Last of Us Part 2 finished 2020 as the year's 6th best-selling title overall. So
that's good.
It did good. It did good.
That's The Last of Us Part 2 now ranks as the 3rd best-selling Sony-published game in U.S. history and dollar sales, trailing only Spider-Man and God of War.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's
it'll be 10 million for sure. Like,
absolutely.
Based on that, that was a year ago too.
Blue says factions any good? Yes, sir. Absolutely amazing. Now the reason why I brought up that sales for this because Jim Ryan made a quote. I gotta find the quote, but I remember he said something about games in general, like exploring with the games because they're not selling more or reaching more sales with these games or whatnot. And a lot of people went with the mindset. And again, it's possible because we don't know if Spider-Man's going to drop on PC next year or this year, right? We don't know when they're going to drop that game right in time for Spider-Man 2023 or Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. But a lot of people think like Wolverine and Spider-Man and all that stuff will eventually go to other platforms because obviously Jim wants more sales. Now, the thing about Jim Ryan, I know Blaze is trying to mellow out because he doesn't like Jim Ryan, but the thing about Jim's making him a hell of a lot of money. He's making him a hell of a lot of money, and the dude's being looked at as a hero backstage. That's just how it is. The dude literally is being looked at. PlayStation's bringing in much more revenue. The PlayStation 5 is in the best shape that it's in right now, even though they can't guarantee you a PS5 because the scalper still, I'm pretty sure to this very day, the PS5 is doing very, very well. Sales are ridiculously well. In fact, I don't think we ever reported PlayStation games ever touching 20 million sales until now. You know what I mean? We never seen that. We didn't see that with PS3. Yeah. We didn't see that with PS4.
Oh, definitely.
And we definitely didn't see that with PS2, I don't think. So we're at a different point here when it comes to sales for Sony. And they're really trying to push whatever they can out there and get out there. And remember how I said before to you guys a long time ago, Sony wants those Nintendo numbers. Make no mistake about it. Sony sees
they're not getting Nintendo numbers.
They see them, but Sony, that's what Sony wants. That's a long-term goal. Think about Nintendo. Nintendo has the luxury, and I say this all the time. They can go and tell their shareholders, hey, yeah, that game, oh, yeah, don't worry about that. That's going to sell 30 million. That game right there, we can say that game's going to sell.
Bro, we got to stop acting like 5-10 million is like a Do you understand how successful that is, bro?
It's good.
Like, we gotta
it's good.
Don't look at Nintendo. Nintendo's a fucking anomaly, dude.
Nintendo is a different.
So you think Spider-Man's gonna be on other platforms as what? You mean PC?
So obviously PC, but a lot of people are saying that they think Sony might do, because again, this was going to bridge into
Spit it out,
acquisition.
Ryan. Spit it out so I can fucking bounce on you guys.
This is bridging into the acquisition talks. A lot of people think that Sony and Microsoft are working together to preserve the industry so that Apple and everybody else wouldn't get it. And then a lot of people are thinking that Jim Ryan wants to put PlayStation games on Xbox with
I doubt it.
And the funny thing is, we kind of already see it with MLB.
It's like a bit of a stretch.
Oh, the MLB is a different situation, though.
It is a stretch.
Because MLB, Sony's not publishing
MLB.
I know. I'm saying. But one thing you're missing, though, PlayStation Studios on an Xbox platform.
Yeah. PlayStation Studios made because of PC.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Like, think about it like that. But MLB wanted their games. They said, you know what? We're gonna, if you don't allow these games to be multi-platform PlayStation, we're gonna go somewhere else. We're gonna go to EA, Take-Two. Hey, but like when it comes to Spider-Man and Wolverine, they have a great relationship with Disney already, as is. So Disney, unless Disney says something to say, hey, we want these games on Xbox, which I doubt that because they have such a great relationship as is when it comes to Spider-Man being in the MCU and vice versa, making money also off Disney, making some money off Morbius and all these other like they're in a really good relationship.
The fact that Sony has ties to Spider-Man, they fucking own it. Like, bro, listen, Big Cloud, look it. I don't know what you put in your coffee this morning, but you're out of your tree, dude. You're completely gone, bro. If you ever think that's happening,
that's going around. That's what's going around. Everybody.
Know what else is going around? The flu. Wear a mask.
Place. But no, it's just a lot of people are seeing the way things are going with the industry, and hey, I don't think that's going to happen either, but that's a lot of people.
Personally, I think that there's a chance that some of them are going to go to PC, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
all of them eventually will make a.
There's a conversation about is it going to go to PC or is it going to go to Xbox? Like, I would say almost all of Sony's big games will probably eventually go to PC, right? Like, you can pretty much imagine that Horizon Forbidden West and the next God of War Ragnarok, like they're gonna go. They're gonna wait a couple of years. I could probably see like the next Spider-Man game, I guess, is what, next year, right?
Yeah, 2023. That's what they're aiming for.
2023. So like I could see Spider-Man launching on PC like, May of next year. Do it like 3 or 4 months before the game releases in the fall.
I was just saying, like, what's the sense? Right, my Xbox got Game Pass. They want everybody to sign up to Game Pass. Now, if what's the sense if all these games are intershared between all these companies? And what's you know what I mean? What makes Game Pass so fucking special? If Sony comes out with their own variant. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have draws to it.
That's the thing. That's where Spartacus or PlayStation Plus, whatever the hell we're going to call this thing when it eventually shows, right? That's where that falls in line. Are they going to be extending that type of olive branch like Phil tried to do with Game Pass coming to Xbox or coming to PlayStation and Nintendo, and then Sony rejecting that? You know what I mean? Are they going to do some weird stuff like that?
Yeah, but Big Cloud. If Netflix didn't have original shows, if HBO Max didn't have their original movie, like, you got to have certain draws that like pull people away from one platform. You'd be like, you know what, I'm signing up because this show is exclusive. Like, bro, there's so many examples out there. I don't need to say them, but it's just not happening. Like, not anytime soon. Not in the next 10, 20 years. Like, there's no way.
Just imagine Mandalorian and Netflix and Disney Plus. Like, what? Like, just get rid of Disney.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm not too certain about, and I think a lot of people need to be open to as well, is the day and date thing. Not with PC, but with like a service, maybe by the end this generation-esque. We see something like that. I don't know, man. I don't think so.
Think about it, because Marvel. I said this before. Marvel and Disney, in terms of what they do, is they wait like 3 months and then they put it on their service. Their big movies, they wait 3 months and then put it on their service. Like, I could see that happening with Spartacus after they have a huge bulk of sales, but I don't like. It could be 6 months after, and then it'll go on Sparkus. But do they make so much money off sales?
How well they're received at this point.
Bro, MLB, speaking of fucking MLB, you know, the Major League Baseball, right? They got some fucking nerve. After 2K died, after MVP baseball died, why did these games bro, MLB The Show was just outshining these other baseball games as the superior baseball game in terms of like the visual department, in terms of gameplay, all that. And you know, they got the nerve to go to PlayStation and say, oh, hey, you know, this got to be another, like, are you fucking kidding me? After we made your game, you know, for real though, like all the other baseball games died.
Yeah.
Okay, like Sony, like, yo, those developers made that game special, and for them to just come and sweep it under and say, "Hey, you gotta," you know, it's just I didn't like that either, man. You know what I mean?
MLB was being greedy. They just wanted more money.
You know what's wild, Blaze? Remember we keep talking about how like these sports games don't really improve; they're all the same. You know, just milking for the microtransaction. MLB The Show was the only game.
That was improving. They're gonna turn into that too, Big Cloud. Watch, they're gonna turn into a steel product.
Yeah,
watch.
We need a studio like that for a Madden type of game, and let's say Sony published it in order for you to.
Bro,
see
they won't.
difference.
They can't
That's
because EA.
Yeah.
Just bought a 4-year extension, a 3-year extension, and they just keep renewing the license. You know, the NFL got to step in at one point and say, "Hey, let other developers." Like that's the problem. There's monopolies on all these sports games, like
football as well. Everything.
Well, they added college football into Madden, but it's half-assed. But the point is, all these, even FIFA, it's not even going to be called FIFA next year because there's like a conflict between, you know, them using the word FIFA and it's costing EA doesn't want to pay for the name FIFA, and it's a whole big shit show when it comes to the sports. It's mafia and fucking money, all this bullshit. Trust me, dude, it's a bunch of horseshit. So I mean, I don't.
All right. Okay. Good points. Good points all around. Whoa.
Blaze is giddying up today. That's every day, baby.
Coming at you, dog. Coming at you. You know what I'm saying for that? You gonna let Medina talk to you like that? So I'm hearing reports of Perfect Dark being a games as a service. Is anybody surprised by this at all? No. Perfect
I mean,
is anybody
not really
surprised by this?
I guess I'm surprised, but not surprised.
What would you consider games as a service?
Why would they do that? But then,
like episodic? Would episodic be games as a service?
That's the thing. It just says games as a service. So I'm guessing.
Bro, the whole games as a service. There's like people think just because there's DLC, even microtransaction counts as games as a service, depending on who you ask. Bro, Perfect Dark, just if they make that game's coming out, like let it come out, like, you know, all these dumbass speculations, man. Like, let that game actually come out and be successful first before people even. I don't know.
Well, a lot of the dev team that's behind that is they've made some of the big cinematic games. So I mean, like it seems pretty clear to me it's going to have a really strong story narrative focus to it. So I don't, unless there's like another team that like they're, you know, licensing out the like licensing the multiplayer or something to another studio. You know what I mean? Like
that don't usually work well, right, Hunter? We've seen with Crossfire X when you have two different developers.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing shit.
Well, so I know there was like not a really report. Like I guess it might have been a report. Like some people were saying that Perfect Dark might be an episodic series. So
what though?
Perfect Dark, like episodic, like Telltale. I don't. That was the report going around back then.
Episodic is probably the worst shit to happen. I hate episodic is probably the worst shit to happen to this guy. I hate that, bro. Final Fantasy. I might have been more intrigued to actually play that shit. Okay, and I understand it's ambitious and it's a big game, and that's why they can't finish. Bro, I don't care. I don't like episode. I didn't like it on Hitman. I didn't like it on anything. I don't like that shit, bro. Just give me the full game when it's released and let me play it.
I didn't like it on Hitman because Hitman was just mostly missions.
Exactly.
Like
I don't want that. I want a fucking campaign, dude.
It was like custom missions.
Bro, I want a full-fledged game, a full campaign, a game that's ready. Not you adding these little sprinkling on a mission here, a mission in Dubai there. I don't like that. That's just me. I mean, maybe I'm.
I give you that. I give you that. Oh God, here we go. This is where Blaze is probably gonna jump on this, but for those I didn't hear, Uncharted's now on Fortnite. Chloe Frazier.
Not shocked.
Yeah.
It's both versions, by the way. It's the movie version and the game.
Wait, what'd you say?
Chloe Frazier from Uncharted. Is now on Fortnite.
Wait, you're saying that the actual character model?
Mm-hmm. I got it right.
Because I saw the Fortnite version of those characters, and they look obviously cartoony.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the cartoon, the Fortnite, like it's a Fortnite look of Chloe, like from
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's in there. Anybody shocked by that news?
Isn't everything already in Fortnite?
Like PlayStation,
they made the jump.
Well, especially PlayStation, but isn't
it's just because I think Epic with their investment, they're just like, hey, let's keep putting our PlayStation characters and have the kids be like, oh, whose character is this? Oh, let me go buy that game and play it. And I think that's kind of their way of marketing it to get more people to play their games, and also having the movie characters as well, like they're a different skin for the Tom Holland. And
it's not a coincidence that the movie's right there. And,
they even have the movie skins as well.
Yeah.
So.
But it's I totally agree, and I think it's just so sad that we're probably going to have, in a few years, we're going to have the young kids that are going up, and they're like, oh yeah, isn't that the guy from Fortnite?
Yeah.
It's like, damn you, what are you talking about? Don't insult Nathan Drake. Chloe Fraser.
That's what some people said about the movie. They're like, oh, this is a okay or cool movie, and they're like, oh, and it's like, that's based off a game, and then people are like, wait, what?
Yeah,
so it's just
that's the whole point of doing it, right?
Yep.
The whole point is they want people that have no idea who these IP and franchises are to get familiar with it. But it's as a gamer, I'm just like, no, dude, it's not a Fortnite character.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being so 7.
Oh man, I can't with y'all now. Fortnite. I already know this man Blaze gonna buy every single skin for it if he hasn't already done so. Haven't you, Blaze? You already pre-ordered.
You out of your fucking mind?
You already pre-ordered Aloy. Stop it. You pre-ordered Aloy.
Dude,
are you out of your mind?
You pre-ordered Aloy.
I'm buying none for it. That's my son. I'm not buying shit.
But you do play it sometimes.
You do play it. You streamed it with
sometimes.
Yeah, I bought Kratos just because I gotta play the damn game, so I might as well be Kratos while I play. But that's it.
I guarantee you, they're gonna do the same thing when the Ghost of Tsushima movie comes out. They'll have the video game character, the movie model, and then the Last of Us TV show.
Blaze, man, you got to be a responsible dad. You got to buy this shit for them.
Yes,
dude, he gets.
You have to, man. If they're going to be playing Fortnite, at least let them play Fortnite, being Chloe Frazier or Nathan Drake.
That's true. I bought him all the play. Yeah, he knew who Kratos was right away. He bought it right away. He was so happy to have the little guy with the head. Dad, the guy's head, the eye moves. But bro, I'm good with that. I'm good. Fortnite is just he's getting sick, bro. You know what he asked me to play today? He's watching Cuphead, the TV series. I don't even know if this.
Wait, is it out already?
Oh no!
I didn't even know that.
He's watching a Cuphead
must
show.
Must be like a trailer or something.
I don't know. He's watching. He's like, "Oh, I want to play the game." I'm like, "Okay." I download it. I'm like, "Buddy, this is not like Rayman or Mario. This is really hard." He shut it off after 10 minutes.
Dude, I gotta tell you this, man. I don't really want my son to be playing super violent games, but I actually had an early copy of Sifu and I had to review it. So I literally had to play, and I tried my absolute best to play it in the off hours when he's not seeing it, right? But he saw me a couple times, and he was he's still 3, so he's still learning to talk and play games. But just as a joke, I was because he really wanted to play it, was bugging me forever. So I let him play. Dude, he beat level 1.
Wow.
Really?
I know it's the easiest level. I mean, almost everyone.
Yeah, but no, for a 3-year-old, that's really impressive.
Wow.
Dude, he beat he totally beat level 1. I was like,
so this is better than a reviewer.
He's for sure my son.
Chill.
This is my offspring right here.
Hey, he's better than a reviewer. He beat the dude.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and then in the museum, I let him play another level because I just couldn't believe it. I was blown away. So I put him to level 3, and he made it all the way to the final boss. Dude, he died on the final boss, but he made it to the final boss.
What, button mashing?
Just yeah, But dude, he doesn't even know how to use the shoulder button to block or to parry.
Wow.
He literally was beating the hell out of people. Yeah, it was amazing, man.
Wow.
That's
So
hilarious.
I'm super happy.
Oh my god, that says a lot. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that happened this week? Reddit, what you got for us? I know you had something you want to add.
I know the Capcom announcement is coming up. I think Sunday night, Monday morning.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
I know Jeff Grubb, air quotes, is saying it's a new Street Fighter game. Some people think it's not. Some people think it's Resident Evil 8 DLC. Some people think it's Resident Evil 4 remake announcement. So no one really knows. Personally, I'd rather have the RE4 remake announcement, but I know some people want it to be Street Fighter 6.
But it wasn't like I was reading that it was tied in the same weekend as the Street Fighter Championship.
Oh yeah, I think I think I heard about that too. So it might be Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, like I think it's the championships are this weekend or they're soon. They're in the next couple days.
Yeah,
but that I really have no idea. I could just guess and say it would be a Resident Evil, but I think because of that, companies always love tying crap into other crap, so kind of makes sense for them to do that. But I'm just really curious if it is Street Fighter 6. We gotta see, is it going to go to Xbox this time? Is it going to be, obviously it's going to go to PlayStation with the Evo and all that. PlayStation PC is a given, but I'm still shocked because most games are like timed exclusives. I can't even imagine the amount of money that Sony must have forked out to make that full-time permanent exclusive.
PS. I mean, for me, my expectations is just Resident Evil 4. I hope it's Resident Evil 4. I don't even care for a Resident Evil 8 DLC. I mean, granted, what could you add? I mean, what if this is an event for Leon Kennedy? You ever think about that? Like it's completely themed for Leon, so they could do DLC for RE8, and then they go, "Hey, here's Resident Evil 4 at the end to close it." Would you
possible?
guys say that?
Yeah,
no, cool. Because we still got that TV show for Netflix, right? Did you guys watch the TV show or the movie series?
No, so there was a movie, and it was before
the movie was bad. The movie was bad. Don't watch that.
Before after 7.
Yeah, the movie was bad. I'm talking about the animated little Netflix.
Yeah, no, that's the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
It was literally after 7, before 8.
Yeah, I thought there's a new one though, right? That's not what you're talking about, right?
He's still, yeah. I'm talking about
there's a new one that got announced for Netflix.
Yeah, there was a realistic one that dropped, Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that.
That one was.
I heard it was really good.
Avoid that at all costs. Avoid it at all costs. But that's the thing
I
that
feel like it's not hard to make a Resident Evil movie, though.
It's not. Just make it like 28 days later. There's your formula.
Yeah,
that's all you got to do. They try too much with Resident Evil. Speaking of 28 days later, I want a sequel to that. Where's 28 months later?
Like, we keep on talking about acquisitions, but I mean, to me, that's one of the biggest reasons why Capcom, I think, would be near the top of their list, right? Like, it just kind of makes sense. The way Sony's going, can you imagine? Hopefully, it would be higher, bigger budgets, better actors and stuff like that. But could you imagine Resident Evil under Sony? I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that would be. I would have better hope for the actual film, so they were actually at least overseeing them a little bit, because they can get a better director, a natural writer, and have some fun with it. But at the same time, I don't think you can make Resident Evil work in a movie. I don't think it would.
I think you can. I think it's just they don't hire good writers.
I don't think they can do it. There's just too
that
much
or passionate writers that like the
games. I mean, listen,
dude. At least they're better than Street Fighter. You guys see the Street Fighter movie, right?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that abomination. But I mean, look what they did to Nemesis. As a kid, when I was younger, when I saw Nemesis in Resident, I was like, okay, that looks cool. I look back at it, I'm like, this has got to be the worst Nemesis design I've ever seen, because he's short. He's not super tall. And then again, it's hard to replicate somebody who's like 7 feet in in this world. So. That's where I'm at. Yeah,
well,
Dino Crisis would be awesome.
I just hope that the remake for 4 is more in line with Resident Evil 2 versus 3. I still liked 3, but there was just too much cut content, and what was that? That was a 6 or 7 hours.
It's gonna be more along the lines of it's not gonna be
system, and I didn't even bother playing it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be more ground. I don't want to say grounded, but it's not gonna have your freaking like slamming the enemies or anything like that. It's gonna be more along the RE4 beta, which showed like Leon hallucinating and all that, which was like the original design for what RE4 was gonna be.
Look at this fraud on the right side of us, y'all. Look what he's doing. Look what this fraud's doing.
He's playing Horizon.
Look what he's doing. You see his old.
No. I was
look what this fraud's doing.
Oh, man.
He's slick.
No, this man, look at listen, dude. My game room's over there, but I'm being on the podcast, not playing the game. This is crazy.
I was literally fixing my setting. That's it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, sure you were over here traversing. I saw that. But golly, I think that about wraps it up. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. What else happened this week? Not much else happened. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Oh, Horizon's out, bro.
Yeah,
not much to talk about, man.
So with that being said,
then we got Elden Ring. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back Fridays, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yep, and the Steam Deck also.
Yes,
next Friday.
Sir. I can't wait for that. For this. So we're gonna go ahead and stream Horizon as soon as we shut this down. But shout out to everybody who came through. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We do appreciate you guys for joining us. It was a great show, man. Great show, seriously. Had a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And everybody else, man. You already know. Buy Horizon. Amazing game. It's really, really good. Everybody's enjoying it. It's awesome. Hopefully we can beat it just in time for Elden Ring. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pull my hair out and choose between these two games. But we'll see there when we get there.
You're such a fraud, dude.
I am not a fraud. I'm not a fraud. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
You think your chat listened to you for like the last year talking about Elden Ring? Nothing else matters. All your tweets, nothing else matters. I will. And look at you. Look at you.
Such a hater. Such a hater.
You're going out bad, man.
Such a hater. Let's do these outros, man. Red Hood, man. Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, you guys can find me Red Hood 420 on YouTube, Twitch, same thing, Twitter Red Hood 240. Guys, make sure I'm seeing the stream 96 likes. Make that to 100. Just a couple more likes and we'll hit 100. But glad to be talking about Horizon. Can't wait to play it, and make sure to support these guys, and hopefully they'll be solid cast next Wednesday. Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, he goes quiet for that, don't you, Blaze? Trash can. He goes quiet for that. Look at him.
No, we're gonna go. The schedule's so fucked up.
Look at him. He's conflicted. Look at him.
Dude, I'm sick of getting harassed about the solid cast. The schedules are messed up.
Podcast,
it's a good podcast, but you're conflicted.
People are asking about your podcast. You should be flattered.
I'm not going quiet, dude. I'm saying like the schedule.
Put your head down. Yeah. It's not fun. Yeah. It's fun.
Fraud. You're a fraud.
Hunter, man. Hunter. Good show, brother.
Good show, man. You? So you can find me on Twitter at NextGenPlayer. And yeah, man, it was a lot of fun talking about Horizon. I told you guys before the show there's another game that I'm playing that I wish I could talk about, but we can talk about it soon. I think Jeff Keighley might be playing the same game that I'm playing.
He got chocolate
right now, but it's I'm looking forward to next week's show. It's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, and of course I gotta do this because he done
Hunter's such a troll, man. I'm playing this game like you know what, Hunter? Like, I hope you enjoy that game, man. I am so I don't look. I'm not jealous of anybody, but I'm dead ass jealous, bro. I cannot believe.
Yeah. Oh man.
Last but not least, Mr.
I can't believe it, man. Oh, dude, I can't. I'm not alled to say anything yet.
Is it beautiful? Just tell me it's beautiful.
Yes,
we know that. We know the answer to that.
I don't have to tell you whether or not it's beautiful. You saw the network test. You saw the trailers. Like, it's obviously a really beautiful looking game.
You know this.
I know the comp. That's why I'm not talking about the gameplay because I know what I know what to expect. You know what I mean? I know what that game is gonna be. It's Dark Souls 3 on steroids, bro.
There you go.
Hit me up after the show, okay?
Facts. I got you. Yeah, dude. I don't need no outro. All I gotta say is go.
Blaze 4.
Yeah, dude, bro, go play
4
Horizon, man.
Okay, sir.
Go play Horizon. I don't even know why you guys are here, bro. Leave this podcast. Oh, one more like. if BitCloud's a fraud, just give me one more like, please.
Oh God!
Thank
There
you.
we go.
Hey.
There we go. There we go.
Appreciate
You got two.
that,
You got two. There you go. That's funny. That's
Thank you.
said.
Thank you, man. I love the cast. I like having a full. I like having a full circle. I like that we all have different opinions. I like that Hunter gets all his shit early, and I have to sit and wait like a normal human being. It drives me nuts, bro. Look at Hunter. I was jealous. I'm like, damn, I want to play, Aliens or whatever it might have been. But this game, shoot, man. This is the game I've been waiting for like 4 years, bro. So,
yeah.
Anyway, good episode. Go enjoy Horizon. It's beautiful. I know it's really like if you're on the edge of, just go buy that game, man. Trust me. I'll refund you $20 if you don't like the game. Personally, just hit me up on Twitter and I'll ignore your message. But good show, guys.
This guy. Yeah, man, great show. Episode 179. Hey, you already know. We got lots to plan. Can't wait for the next show. And of course, you already know. Make sure you guys follow us on our Twitters, a whole 9 yards. We're gonna be continuing with the show, obviously, revamping it, doing our best. Obviously, Solid Cast will eventually be back. Not this week, right, Bliss? I guess the following week. You gonna do it like that? You'll let me know. I mean, you'll obviously and let me know. So we'll keep you posted on Solid Cast. Maybe Solid Cast will happen this week. Maybe it won't. We'll see what's up. And obviously, timestamps will be up. Shout out to Cole Hobney in the chat. Shout out to Cole. He'll have the timestamps up for you guys. Awesome dude. Thank you guys again for watching.
Cole.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys hit that like button, the whole 9 yards. Shout out to all the new subs. We appreciate you guys for the support. And as always, y'all enjoy your games. We'll be back in a few, though, for some Horizon. So part 2 of the stream starts in like 20 minutes. So I'll see you there. Later.